Hello yogis, HeidiRosi here, and welcome to your practice with me. Today is just a grateful flow, being grateful for yourself, being grateful for the space that you have, maybe being grateful for fresh water, maybe being grateful for hot water, I don't know. But today's practice is just focusing on being grateful. So take a moment to close your eyes here in a comfortable seat. And allow yourself to just maybe think of, I don't know, 1 or maybe 5 things that you are grateful for right here in this moment. I think a lot of times we get caught up in the negative and we forget to think about the little things that we are grateful for. So just taking these few breaths to think about how fortunate you are, even when it feels like you're not. And then bringing your awareness to your mat. From this seat, we're going to make little circles with the torso. So very slowly, leaning the body towards the left, drawing the chest forward, over to the right, and then curling it back, and over to the right. We're going to make these circles a couple times in each direction. Eyes can be closed or gaze is soft. Just rolling the torso from left to right. Okay, go ahead and switch directions. Moving towards the right first, and then over towards the left. As we're here thinking about gratitude, be grateful for the breath that you are given, and then also bring awareness to the breath, noticing your inhales and your exhales. Alright, come on back to center. Make your way onto hands and knees. And then from hands and knees, find child's pose, reaching the arms forward. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your fingertips back towards your ankles. So resting in a more traditional child's pose. Knees are about hip distance apart. Pressing into the tops of your feet, pressing into your knees. Big inhale, sweep the arms, lift the torso, lift up off of the heels as you reach your arms up overhead. Big stretch. Exhale, palms through your heart center, lower your hips back down to your heels. Hands reach back towards your ankles. And we'll do that a few more times. Big inhale, reach the arms, lift up, pressing the tops of your feet to the mat. Gauge your core. Exhale, take it all back down. 2 more times with your breath, lifting up. Big inhale, sending it all out as you exhale. 1 more time. Sweep, lift, and exhale all the way out. Drawing the fingertips forward. Inhale, draw the heart and chest up to a neutral spine. From here, we'll make hip circles. Take the hips over towards the right, forward, and then to the left and back. Just making big hip circles here. 1 more time in this direction. And then switch over to the left and forward, to the right and back. One more time in this direction. And back, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha. Inhale, draw the heart and chest forward, bend your knees a lot. Exhale, press those hips up and back. Inhale, roll the heart and chest forward into high plank. Bend your knees, send your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. 2 more times, just like that, rolling the body forward. And exhale, rolling it back. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale, back. A couple breaths here. Inhale, step the right foot towards the top of your mat. Take a few moments to rock forwards and backwards. Kick your hips back, straightening the right leg. Draw your hips forward, bending into the right leg. Using the breath. I'm just finding some expansion and some movement in our joints, in our ankle and in our knees, as well as in our hip. Okay, one more time, come forward. Exhale all the way back, ground your left heel down, walk your hands to the center of your mat, pointing both feet in the same direction, wide-legged forward fold. From here, hook opposite elbows, relax the head and neck, bowing yourself down. Breathing in and out through the nose. Big inhale, halfway lift, flattening the spine. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. And walk your hands around the right foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left. High plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, step your left foot in between your hands. Same thing here. Shift your hips forward and back, straightening and lunging into that left foot. Feel free to move your hands around too if that feels good. As I lunge forward, I bring my hands towards the top of the mat. And as I straighten, I draw my hands closer towards the center. Just finding some movement in our joints. Okay, one more time. Coming all the way forward, step your left foot back to meet your right. Lift your hips up and back to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, take your left foot and cross it towards the right side of your mat. So that way your left leg is crossed behind your right. Both heels are lifted, pressing up and back into a cross-legged downward facing dog. Should feel really nice in the hamstrings and in the outer hip. And then come on back to center. And then cross the right ankle over the left, towards the left. Same thing here. Now the right leg is behind the left leg. We're still pressing into our body like downward facing dog, only our legs are crossed. Make your way back to center, bend your knees. Inhale, roll the heart and chest forward. Exhale, drop the knees. Hover as you lift up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward, close to your right hand. Ground your left heel down, warrior two in the legs. Put downward facing dog in the arms. So what does that mean? That means we'll take our hands off of our mat and over towards the left, melting into the heart and chest, strong in the legs. A nice deep lunge here. One more breath. And then slowly bring your hands back underneath your shoulders. Pressing into your palms, step your right foot up and back. Place your right foot behind your left foot. Right heel grounds down. Left foot rolls to the pinky toe edge side. And then with an inhale, you'll lift your right arm up and back. So it's a side plank variation. Take a moment and have a peek at me if you need to. If you're super lost, I'll hold here for a few breaths. But I'm grounded down through the right foot. My left foot is rolled to the pinky toe edge side. I'm strong in my left arm and I'm reaching that right arm up and over. It's a big, huge expansion in the right side. And then come on back out, making your way to downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale, step your left foot forward towards the left side of your mat. Bring the right heel down. Reach your hands forward, downward facing dog in the upper body. Warrior two in the legs. So my hands are off of the mat to the right. My heart and chest are melting down towards the floor. My navel is lifting up towards my spine. I have a deep lunge in my left leg. My legs are strong. My right heel is grounded down. And then come on back to center, both hands ground down. Step the left foot back to the back edge of the mat. Cross your left leg over your right. Ground your left heel down. Your left foot is grounded down. Roll to the pinky toe edge side of that right foot. And then with a big inhale, lift your left arm up and over the side plank variation. Breathing here. It might be a challenge. It can be really hard to hold yourself in one arm. Just be grateful for what you can do with your body. And be grateful for this space. And then make your way to downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, slowly roll down onto your knees. Untuck your toes. Big inhale, sweep the arms, lift the gaze. Exhale, bow yourself down. Big inhale, sweep the arms, lift the gaze. This time, little back bend. And exhale all the way back down. Inhale, sweep the arms, lift the gaze. And exhale all the way down. And this time, palms, the backs of your hands touch the ground as you inhale. Lift just the heart and chest up. The heels are supporting your hips. Now our arms are gonna stay heavy, so almost like knuckle drag your hands to the ground. Keeping your hands, your knuckles on the ground. Tuck your chin to your chest, bow yourself forward. Inhale, roll yourself back up. Just using the head and the neck and the torso, forgetting about the arms. Exhale, round yourself back down. It can feel really funny not using your arms here. Just letting them relax down away from your ears. Inhale, roll yourself up one vertebra at a time. Exhale, curl yourself back in. This next time as you inhale, coming up, take your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Gently make a circle with the neck. And when your chin comes back to chest, roll yourself all the way back down. And then this time when you inhale, rolling yourself up, the left ear will come over to the left shoulder. And rolling all the way over to the right. And when the chin tucks, roll yourself all the way back down. Inhale, roll all the way up. Reach the crown of your head up towards the sky. And exhale, find yourself in a seated position. From a seat, we're going to roll all the way down onto our back. Cross your right ankle over your left. Flex your right foot. Draw your left knee into your chest. I like to interlace my hands in front of my shin. Behind your knee is fine. On top of your knee is fine. Wherever you can reach for. Taking a breath here. It's really important to keep this right foot flexed. So imagine that you are stepping down onto something with that right foot, keeping that right foot active. It protects your right knee. Okay, from here you're going to just keep the legs exactly how they are. Just drop both legs over towards the left. So now your right foot is on the floor. And then you'll take your gaze over towards the right. So a nice twist, but also getting into the hip a little bit. Couple more breaths here. And then very slowly drawing your knees back to center. Uncross your right leg. Cross your left leg over the right. Same thing here. Flex your left foot. Draw your knee into your chest. Interlace your hands wherever it feels comfortable. Again, we're keeping this left foot nice and strong and flexed. So imagine that you're pressing that left foot onto something. My left hip is always a little bit tighter than my right hip. Not sure why. So just being mindful of your body. And again, maybe if this posture is becoming or bringing up some discomfort, you can bring your awareness back to those things that you are grateful for. To take your mind off of some discomfort. Drop our legs all the way over to the right, keeping this same shape in our legs. Take your gaze to the left. Couple more breaths here. And then very slowly drawing your knees back to center. Planting both feet down onto the mat. Feet are about hip distance apart. A good way to judge that is when you take your fingertips down by your heels, that you can brush the tips of your fingertips to your heels. Pressing into the palms, pressing into your shoulders with an inhale, pressing into the feet. Lift your hips up off of the mat. And then as you exhale, slowly lower the hips all the way back down. Again, just like that, pressing the palms, pressing the shoulders, pressing the feet, and then the hips will lift. This time maybe you'd like to interlace your hands underneath your sit bones. And then shift to the right to roll the left shoulder underneath, and then shift to the left to roll the right shoulder underneath to get a nice heart opener here. Drawing the fingers down and away towards the feet. Still really pressing into the tops of my feet, or to the soles of my feet, and into the shoulders. Think about lifting the chin slightly, because sometimes we tuck our chin and it constricts our breathing. So think about lifting your chin towards the ceiling. Deep breaths here. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale, slowly release your hands first. Moving the shoulders from underneath your body. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, take those hips all the way back down to the earth. Pause for a moment, walk your feet out, knock your knees in. This is really important to help the spine to settle back into its natural position, letting things realign. Sometimes when I do this, I hear a pop. And then draw your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around, giving yourself a squeeze. And gently rocking side to side. And then really thinking about grounding down through the tailbone. Take your palms to the outside edges of your pinky toes, the outside edges of your feet. Keep those hips grounded down as you press your feet as if you were going to stamp your feet on the ceiling. Gently rocking side to side, happy baby. Couple more breaths here. And then draw the soles of your feet into touch. Press your knees down towards the bottom of your mat. And then release the soles of your feet to the earth. Feel free to end your practice in Shavasana. I'm going to come back up to a seat, but if you'd like to end laying down, please feel free to do so. Know that you can stay in Shavasana as long as you would like. So whether you're seated or laying down, take a moment to close your eyes again. And close your eyes again. And remind yourself of that list of your gratitude list. Think of those things something that makes you smile, something that you are grateful for. And bringing your palms to touch at your heart center. Letting the light inside of you shine the light inside of others. Reminding yourself of things that we are grateful for each and every day. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. I look forward to practicing again with you in the future. Namaste. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for all of you who practice with me. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions, comments, requests. I'm happy to tailor a class for you. And I look forward to practicing with you again. Thank you.